artist and also being a model here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I have my co-host here, Olivia Anita. She is both here. She is a model with Mavi's Models Agency, and she is also a rapper. Say hello.
Hi.
Yeah, so today we're just going to give you a little insight of our experiences in both fields, and we're going to start off by first letting you get to know her. You guys got to know a little bit about me last week, and this time it's going to get to know her a little bit so that y'all have a little bit of background. So,
all right, so I'm Olivia Anita. I'm Elise's little sister, and I've been modeling since I was about 12, and I've been singing since I was like 3 because, you know, my sister used to sing. I wanted to be like her, so yeah, so I just been dabbling in my crafts and perfecting them, and, you know, hopefully y'all see me on the big screen one day.
Okay, so you sing and rap?
Yes, I sing and rap.
Okay, and model. So, what agency are you with?
I'm with Mavi Models. You can follow them on Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff.
And where can they find you at?
You can find me on Instagram at beautiful_goof. You can find me on Facebook at Elise Fontaine. And you can find me at Twitter at Talented3Beauty.
All right, you guys got that? No, you didn't get it. All right, but she is very talented. I'm not just saying this because of my sister, but she is extremely talented. She actually did a little bit of modeling as well in New York. So, you know, everybody knows the big thing. Like, everybody that wants to model usually goes to New York and try to see what they can do out there. And what was your experiences like out there? Like, what was the modeling cast, like the casting calls and stuff like there?
My experiences were both good and bad. Of course, you know, a lot of times it's going to be hit and miss with the modeling agency. It's a lot of beautiful females out here, and now it's totally different because they don't have a standard with modeling. So it's not like, oh, you have to be size 2, you have to be size 3, whatever. Now it's more open, so it's a lot more competition. But I would say basically, you know, you keep trying, confident. As long as you come in confident. Of course, you're going to have some negative because it's going to be some little haters. But, you know, you brush them off and keep going. But for the most part, it was well. I've definitely networked with a lot of people. I met a lot of people that can help me further. Only thing I can really say is as long as you're dedicated, something's going to come through.
Okay, that's a positive outlook to have. Well, me personally here, I've never did any modeling in New York. But me personally being here in Charlotte, North Carolina, I realized just here alone is a lot more competition. I am not the average model per se. I'm not 5'9". I definitely do not wear a size 2. Probably never have since I was 3 years old. So it's like the competition out here is real. Like, real. I will go into casting calls and like look around and be like, why am I even here? Like, these women are the ones that you see in magazines, but you don't normally see people who look like me. And I want to be that different person. You know, I want to be a representation of the people who are not in the magazine, so that I can be that one in the magazine one day, and people can look at me and be like, oh, so I can do it. Also, as far as the music side of things, I've been recently doing music, and I find it very difficult, and with the modeling, to get the support here in my own city, which I don't understand why it's like that. But I do hope that it would change, because I feel like we are our family, and if we uplift each other and believe that, you know, we got each other backs and everything like that, like, I feel like it'll be easier for people outside of our cities to also represent us and like lift us up and support us.
Yeah.
Go ahead and write down what that was. We're gonna let you guys pick up right where you left off. I don't know, just put 7. We always have to check that though to make sure, because yeah. All right. Go ahead and pick up where you left off. I just want to make sure your levels were right, so I just had to make a quick adjustment, okay?
Okay.
And go ahead and pick up where you left off when I count you in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, so I feel like people here in Charlotte, we need to uplift our local artists and our local models and have their backs and show them that, you know, we support them. Because if we support them, we could put Charlotte on the map. Charlotte has so much hidden talent in it that
we are so slept on.
Especially, like, it's no reason why the closest thing to putting us on the map was the side chicks of Charlotte, like the real side chicks of Charlotte. Like, that really upset me to the point where it was like, yo, I need to hurry up and like either make it or get out of here. Because what is so good about that? Like, how are people supporting that? How is that all? You can post about that all over Facebook. Like, you can go on Facebook and not miss that for like a moment. But I post something about listening to my music and I get unfriended, I get unfollowed,
blocked,
I get blocked. Like, and I'm not even putting it in people's inboxes, because trust me, like, I know personally, I don't like people do that to me, but I don't go into people's inboxes and blow them up every time I got a song. Like, I simply post it on my page and ask for support, and I don't even get any likes. And then, like, or somebody would claim they're listening to it, but I literally just posted it, and then you text me a minute later telling me, yo, that was dope.
And
the song is 6 minutes long. Like, what did you listen to? The hook, and be like, oh, yo, this is hot, and then, like, cut it off. No, like, I don't understand how there's so much talent here in Charlotte and nobody knows about it.
Yeah, I feel like we need to work collectively, and a lot of times I feel like y'all think support is just paying and buying. Support is telling someone about it, sharing the information. You don't necessarily have to buy to be investing into my business to say. You could tell somebody, oh, Liv, she got this song, like, just spread the word. You don't even necessarily have to put your money into it, as long as you're just word of mouth. And
the crazy thing, like, we're in a day and age to where you don't even have to put any work behind it. Like, you could simply just, you don't even have to put a caption, just press share. Like, it's really that easy. Like, there's no excuse as to why, oh, I didn't support you because I just been so busy. But you reposting these memes 30,000 times a day, but you can't press share. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I support anybody. I'm not even just talking about as far as, like, music, modeling. I mean, like, small, local businesses, black businesses especially. Like, we are pretty much all we have. We have to be the first ones to invest time and give the support before any other ethnicity comes in and even realizes that your guys even exist. So it's like, for us to turn our backs on each other, like, you don't see, like, I live in for example, I live in mostly a Hispanic neighborhood, and they all got their little businesses, and they all know about their little business because they put 1,000 flyers on people's doors throughout the year. So it's like, when they know that they need something, like, say there's somebody need a birthday cake and there's somebody that does cakes in the neighborhood, they'll go to them and be like, hey, I need a cake for this date, you know, and, you know, I want to support, you know, my people, my community. And so, like, can you do this for me? And when they do it, like, they'll say yeah, and the person who's supporting them, you know, is excited because they went to somebody in their own community and uplifted them and put some money in their pocket. But not only that, the person who was asked to do it actually does it as if it was somebody else that ordered it. Like, you can't not put that same love and effort behind it, because that's what makes black people not want to invest into black businesses, because it's like, you don't get it just because you're my brother or you my sister. I'm not going to put as much effort behind it because you be good with whatever you get. Like, no, that's not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to put as much effort behind it as you would if I was somebody else, or an investor, or somebody, you know, a critic or something like that. Like, you need to put as much love and effort behind it regardless of who it is. Like, what I don't understand is, like, why is it so difficult for us to do it? But yet we talk so much junk about how we always are down, how our community is so down, and how our schools are so down. But how many people do I see in my community that's in that actually lives in a bad community, that decides to go to college and become that teacher to make a difference in the schools that their children are in? Like, nobody. Like, so pretty much, I know I'm talking about a lot. I was originally talking about modeling and entertainment, but I felt like that needed to be said, because it's a lot. We have a lot of potential as black people. Like, we have so many hidden talents and other things. Like, we are so powerful that we have multiple other races trying to do the things that we've been doing for years. we've been wearing,
trying to make it popular,
make it a fad, like make it like a style,
a trend.
We've been wearing braids for years. Like we've been corn rolling our hair. Like that's in our culture. That's in our blood. But then Kylie Jenner put some braids in her hair, and everybody like, whoa, wait a second, she got some long straight backs. Yo, like that's hot. But I've been wearing long straight backs underneath my wig for the last 3 years. And ain't nobody over here telling me, oh, look at her. Like, let me do her style. Like, no, like, well, I get looked at if I wear straight backs to the grocery store. Like, you know, I get looked sideways. They're like, yo, she need her hair done. But somebody that got a name for themselves that is not black it's just a trend all of a sudden. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. So pretty much just like, I feel like we need to spend our time uplifting each other instead of talking about the things that are not happening. We need to make moves to make a difference. Like, I will continue to support my black people. Like, and if you give me trash, then, you know, you give me trash. It's not that I'm not supporting my black people. It's I'm not supporting trash. Like, you can't get mad at me if I want quality. Like, there's nothing wrong with wanting
that's
quality.
Another thing, too. You have to be open to criticism. And, like, I find a lot of times, like, I see, and sometimes I post stuff and somebody will tell me something, and I be like, okay, you know, I need to work on it. But then the same person who commented say, oh, you didn't hit this note, and I tell them, man, that song don't work for you. Well, they like this, so, oh, well. But it's like, I can't critique y'all. Y'all think y'all Beyonce, but y'all can critique me. Like, I don't understand. You have to be open to constructive criticism, especially from the people that's above us or older, because they have a lot more wisdom to share.
But yeah, so I just don't understand how, like, we expect, like, we'll get so mad and not want to help ourselves. Like, we'll be so upset, but we still are fine with being stuck in the place that we're in. And I'm not that person. As you can see, I have so many hustles because I want to get out of the situation that we're in. I want to show people that black people can actually do stuff. Like, black people can own businesses. Black people could have multiple hustles. Like, there's no reason why, just because I have so many hustles, I hear so many people say, oh, you Jamaican. No, I'm still black. I just don't want to be stagnant. I don't want to be in a place that I'm currently in. I want to grow. I want to own things. Like, I want to own a house. I want to own land, and so that my family could build on my land. And in order to do that, I need to find out what it is that I want to put the most time into. And I can't figure that out until I dabble and try different things. And even in, like, supporting other people, like, you'll be supportive of them, and then you'll spend time around what they do, and then you'll be like, wait a second, this might be my calling, this might be my passion, this might be something that I can do well, and it could give me the opportunity to actually grow and flourish and do everything that I want, doing something that I love that I didn't even know I loved. Like, so black people are so much in a box at this point. Like, if I've seen a lot of people talking about, like, the crazy stuff the other ethnicities do. Like, for example, I was at the mall the other day, and it was a few Caucasian people, and they were like, but the parking lot was almost empty, and they were hanging out the windows, driving, and all that craziness. And then I heard another family that was parked next to me say, only white people. But did you ever stop to think, a lot of those white people that do that crazy stuff are making memories. They're going to remember that day they had a group of their friends, and they was in an empty parking lot at the mall, and they was hanging out the window, and somebody screamed, and somebody grabbed somebody's ankle. Like, this is memories. We're so in a box that we don't even have that many memories, because all we want to do is just live. Like, literally, just literally live. My show was called In and Out with Elise Fontaine. Not yesterday, not in the tomorrow. Live in the now. Like, you have to make moments for the now. And my now means music. My now means radio, and my now means modeling. This is my now. And I'm proud of my now because everything that I'm doing, I am making memories. Even if they're not huge things, there's things that affect my character and make me a better person. Things that I could look back on and be like, even if it's bad, I could look back on that and be like, oh, I was there, but I'm here now. You know, it's you can always make something negative into a positive. Like, it may take some time because something bad may happen to you yesterday and you're not totally over it, but it may make some time, but you'll get over it, and it will change you in a way that you need to be changed so that you can be prosperous and you can do all that you want to do.
We said our motto this year was, we wait for no one.
We wait for no one.
We wait for no one.
This year, January 1st, me and my family came together, and we were like, we're going to make moves. We're going to do what we need to do to make sure that our family and our empire is being built in a way that we want to build it. We are going to change the statistics within our household and our families. And the only way to do that is if you don't wait on anyone. You can't wait on nobody to give you no handouts. You can't wait on nobody to give you no ride. You can't wait on nobody to hand you an opportunity. You have to go for everything you want to do. And so that's why this year I was like, okay, I'm going to put my all into my music. I'm putting my all into my modeling. And, you know, I'm going to make money off of what I do. I'm not just going to be doing it for fun. I'm not just going to be giving out handouts or whatever, like free time, because my time is not. My time is very precious. Just like everybody else think their time is precious, I believe mine is precious. And in order to get my time, it's going to be beneficial for me in some way, and it will be beneficial for you. But once again, that's investing. Just like she said, investing isn't necessarily money. If you're a photographer and you want to get your name out there, and I'm a model and I need to work on my portfolio, why don't we link up, do something dope? Now, if it's like, if it's not great, it's not going in my portfolio, but it gives you time to practice, gives me time to practice. And I think that, you know, that's something that we both are getting something out of. There's not a problem with that. If, say for instance, if I have a song, I wrote a song, I can't really sing, but I know this girl that could sing, and I want to be a songwriter, and she want to be a singer. Why don't I get with her, see if she'll sing the song for me, and do a collaboration. There's a lot of collaboration that we could do here, but the problem is like people egos. Like, you got to get over your ego. Everybody's not perfect. There's always something you can learn.
You have to step outside your box. You have to step outside your box.
You just can't be confined to like one genre. Oh, I only listen to R&B and I'm only going to sing R&B. Well, how many R&B artists is there out there now? Like, how many people turn on the radio and actually hear like real R&B? And I'm not talking about like sing rapping, because that's not R&B. I mean like genuinely R&B, like Whitney,
soulful, like
Deborah Cox, Kiki Winans, like all those. Like, the closest R&B we got now is gospel, and I'm sure that everybody's not listening to gospel for R&B.
Even though they should be.
I mean, everybody should, yeah. But they don't. We're listening to the radio stations that we're used to listening to. And most of it is mumble rap and stuff that I don't understand, so I don't even listen to the radio anymore. But, like, you just need to get out of your box, because you might actually hit somebody's ear, like, that you wasn't expecting to hit. Like,
definitely, I feel like a lot of people are living for themselves, and when you have gifts, your gifts aren't just meant for you. They're meant for other people. Somebody can feel how you feel through your songs. Like, I feel like when I get to the point where I'm at, I'm gonna love my fans because they can relate to me, and I can relate to them, and they can relate to me on a personal, like, intimate level. And I just feel like you have to be able to live for other people, because your gifts really are not for yourself. So in a way, you being selfish if you're not sharing your music.
That makes sense.
And a lot of times I hear people say, I don't have time. Like, that is the worst excuse to me. Like, one thing I learned before I went back home and I lived with my brother for a little bit, I learned was discipline. Like, even though I wasn't going to shows every day, at least practice for 2 hours. But I at least practice for 2 hours by myself singing. I also model, so I'm walking everywhere. People hitting on me because I'm doing my model walk down the street, And I'm like, no, I can't. My brother said I can't talk to no boy until I'm 25. Because I need, and a lot of times I want to say that too. Relationships, if you are not getting married and your craft is not perfected, you need to let it go because it's a distraction. And you need to invest in yourself. That's the most, you really have to sell yourself. You can't want success for yourself if you're not investing in yourself. Nobody's going to want to invest in you if you haven't invested in yourself. So I don't want to hear, oh, I don't have time, whatever. If you want to model, you going to get the mail. You better strut to get the mail. You at the grocery store. You better strut to go get them eggs. Okay.
You better go pick up that cantaloupe like you on America's Next Top Model. Practice posing with it. Like your craft should be in your blood. It should be out of habit. Like, and once you make it a habit, it's so easy for you to get everything that you want because you've been practicing so hard. Like nobody. You think Michael Jordan stopped practicing once he made it to the basketball league? No. He was practicing every day. They all have to practice every day. Like once you make it, that doesn't mean that you get to relax. Or once you get this one gig, that don't mean I got this one gig, so I go on vacation for 3 months. Nah, bro. Like you be. I said, bro. Oh Lord. But no, that's not how it works. Like I sing. I've been singing like my mom said before I could talk. I've been singing since before I could talk. And I practice every day. I do my scale every day.
So hungry.
I do it forward and backwards. I'll sing 3 songs that have 3 different ranges to tighten up my voice. I'll be at work. I swear my coworkers are tired of me. I will walk and sing as hard as I can just so I can get my diaphragm right and be able to move around and sing at the same time. Like all of this is perfecting my craft and what I love. Like, I'll be walking to the break room and think that this my runway and strutting right on in there. Like, because those are things that I love to do. And I want to make it a habit. And I want to get it in my blood. I want my body to automatically do it with no problem. You know? And, so like, just like she said, like, you think she never walks normal. Like, most times I want to just trip her because she getting on my nerves. It takes us 30 minutes to get across the mall when we right there. Like... But that, I understand she's perfecting her crafts, and if I trip her, she might fall in her face, and then she can't even model no more because her face messed up.
Oh, so that's the only thing that...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
So. Have you ever been, like, called a diva for doing that, and how does that make you feel?
Being called a diva?
Yeah.
Oh, I take it as a compliment.
I take it as a compliment as well.
Oh.
It doesn't affect me, because I know my personality. I get along with a lot of people. I am a very positive person. I am uplifting. I am motivational. Like, I love people, like... I love lifting people up and letting them know that they can do things that they otherwise didn't think they could. And so if you think I'm a diva because I'm trying to perfect my craft, then that's something wrong within yourself. Because if you apparently feel some type of way about me. Just like when people like, oh, you think you cute.
Mm-hmm. I didn't say that.
I never said
so
that.
You must think that I'm
so
cute.
Thank you for telling me I'm cute today. And I appreciate that. Like, there's no reason for me to get upset. Mm-hmm. So it's either hate or they're saying it jokingly. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they're saying it jokingly and it's hate. Either way, that's not going to affect me because I know who I am. I'm very strong in who I am. So you calling me a diva is like, oh, so you see it too. You see me having my own dressing room and sitting in my director's shit. Right. Like, you see me doing all this. Like, that lets me know that I'm being seen, first of all. Because you have to notice me, to notice my movements, and realize that I have diva characteristics. I'm doing something right. Thank you, and I'm continue doing what I'm doing.
That's true.
You know, there's no point in me getting upset and offended by what other people say at all. Because I'm very secure in who I am. Very much so. Like, somebody who's not secure and is kind of like testing it out, and somebody calling them a diva, they might be like, oh, I came off diva-ish? Oh my, I must tone it down. No, I'm probably going to get a little louder. I'm going to get more rowdier. And I'm going to let more people see me. Like, because I want to be seen. I want to be noticed. I have to stand out. Like, that don't mean be ratchet and all this other stuff, but I need to stand out. And being a diva also consists of somebody knowing exactly what they want and not settling for less.
Definitely.
And I know what I want, and I will not settle for less. So if that makes me a diva, thank you.
You better preach.
Thank you.
You guys better preach.
So what is your favorite? Like, what would you rather do, model or music? If you had to choose,
I guess
like,
I
you
would
really don't have to
choose.
choose.
I would choose music because modeling comes hand in hand to that. People gonna ask you to
Yeah, of
choose
course.
you and stuff. So I would choose music, and I would choose music also because I like to be on the stage. I like to feel people's energy. I like to get people up and going. So I would definitely choose music.
Okay, that sounds about right. But I would have thought modeling for you because your confidence, like, you don't even have to open your mouth. Like, you don't even have to do the work of a singer. Like, you don't have to have a mic in your hand and actually sing notes. Like, you just walk in a room and like that I feel like that's your calling personally. I personally think like you're great with everything you do as far as music because you have the drive behind it, of course. But I can see you as just like somebody that just paid just to be there. Like literally, like you don't even say. That's it. That's all you got to do. $6,000. Just walk in the room 3 minutes and smile. Like, I would love to be able to do that. I probably can't. Plus, I talk too much, so I can't just sit there and look cute. but yeah, as far as like modeling and music, like you said, it goes hand in hand. But I would prefer music. I love music. It's just naturally in me. Like I don't feel like I think without music. I wouldn't even be here to be honest. Like, it's such a release for me. It's helped me in so many different ways. Like, and I even see my children like picking up on it, and it's amazing to me. Like, they just really make me smile. Like this morning they were singing what is that? That Kiki song, but they weren't doing like the dance from the actual, the videos, the challenge. They were making up their own dance moves and passing them around. Like literally, like my son was like, "Do this," and then pass it on his sister. His sister was, they making up their own dance moves. Like they don't want to be like anybody else. And then like they switched up the song to make it a gospel song, and I was like, they was like, "Jesus, do you love me? Oh, I'm riding." I'm like, wait a second. Look at y'all, like we pulling into the church and they singing this and that just made my heart glow. It's the funniest thing to me because like their creativity at such a young age, it's hilarious to me. And these are like, once again, these are memories that we'll have forever. Like I'm all about making memories and I'm all about perfecting my children's craft because I love them so much and I want them to be able to find what they love to do. And no matter what it is, as long as it's not involving like swimming with sharks or something crazy like that, I will support them because I love them. And even now, like I have a son that's really into music and he got a keyboard for his birthday. So you invest in piano lessons, you invest in those drum lessons, you invest in that guitar lessons while they're young, because if you don't feed their passion, they can lose it. And I don't want them to ever lose it. I want to feed it till they full. I want to feed it till they bust. Like I want them to explode with all the talent that they have, like and can't and I want them to not be able to contain it. And the only reason why I want them to not be able to contain it is because once you start putting limits on what you're gonna do, your creativity is limited. I don't want that creativity to ever be limited. But I am grateful that you came here with me. I enjoyed talking with you. I think that even though we kind of went all over the place, I think there was a lot of information in that, and a lot of people heard a lot of real stuff. And I want to thank you for coming here and being my co-host today, Liv. Once again, Olivia Anita, tell them where to find you again.
You can find me on Instagram at beautiful_goof. You can find me on Facebook at Olivia Fontaine. You can find me on Twitter at Talented3Beauty.
Yes, and you guys can find me everywhere as Elise Fontaine, ALYSEFONTAINE, except for Twitter. It's an underscore between the Elise and Fontaine. Thank you again for tuning in to WDRB Media here on In the Now with Elise Fontaine, co-host Olivia Anita. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
Great.
That was good.
That was 2436. Yes, I needed that.
It was all over the place. I had a topic, ain't quite work out that way, but that's why it's in the now. Because
those are the best ones.
Because I don't ever really know where the conversation is going to go. But I thank you guys for tuning in. You guys can listen to me on Mondays at 12:30 on W. You see that? You see that? WDIB. Look, we ain't playing no games. This is WDIB Media. Look for that logo on iHeartRadio or tune in. Tune in. 12:30 every Monday. Every Monday. And if you guys have any topics that you would like for me to talk to, you can inbox me on any of my social medias. And if you want any opportunities to have commercials and stuff on my show, you can email me at elisefontainemedia@gmail.com. I'm gonna keep you guys posted. I'm gonna let you guys know whenever a show's coming on. I'll remind y'all all the time. Trust me, I will not forget. But love you guys. Thank you for the support. Peace.